All right. So for our next topic here, this one is near and dear to me. Let's move on to sports a little bit. You rocking with the Vampire. That's right. Click my link and you can watch any game you want to. I'm the Vampire, but you gotta click all the tabs and X amount. You have to do that, and then eventually when you press play, it will be the event you're looking for. Anyway, so Anthony Richardson of the Colts, who was a quarterback that was drafted number 4 overall last year, was looking very promising in his rookie year, and then he got hurt, and so he was out. He's back again this year. Hit and miss. He's young still, second year in the league. Overall, he started 10 games. Young, early, okay? Early. And last week was a bit of a mess. He made a bit of a mess for himself. One of those being that there was a point where he tapped out. Tapped out. So when I say that after a play, he tapped his helmet, meaning that he needs to come out for a second. He was asked why he did that at the time, and he said, I ain't gonna lie, I was tired. We understand as a quarterback, you cannot do that. You cannot come out the game unless you are hurt. Somebody for that franchise, Andrew Luck, played with the lacerated kidney. Yes, he did retire very early, but we gotta understand. People say, well, wide receivers check in and out. What running backs say they're tired. Offensive linemen and quarterbacks are exempt from that rule. They cannot say I'm tired. They can't do that. You are the stabilizer of the offense. They can do that with the defensive linemen, and basically defensive linemen are bullets that are coming for the quarterback, and you can get fresh ones, to come in and rush the quarterback in different situations. But the quarterback, you can't put in a quarterback. I mean, unless you're doing some Taysom Hill stuff or something. I don't know, some Tebow stuff. But for the most part, the quarterback does not come out the game. Period. Does not the starting quarterback. And so that was a mistake for him to do that. I get it. And hopefully learn from that because he's young. You learn from that. Also, he made a decision to not get out of bounds with 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter with a chance to potentially put the ball in the scoring range or win the game. Following that play up, he threw the ball in the middle of the field, left them with nothing. So they lost the game. They didn't even get to take a last shot. And we know that we saw Jaden Daniels throw a Hail Mary to win the game. So anything's possible. So people are hating the fact that they left the opportunity, several opportunities on the field. So yeah, I get it. He's young. That's what happens when you're young. You make mistakes. I remember when I was young, I made a lot of mistakes. I experienced them. Matter of fact, this whole last year was a mistake. You asked me. My bad. You learn from it though, and you get better. You don't just. But so what the Colts decided to do is they decided to bench Anthony Richardson and for Joe Flacco. And a lot of people are like picking Joe. Like, yeah, Joe Flacco is the best man for the job. I get it. Yeah, he's a seasoned quarterback. Good. I understand. 100%. But when you have you can't immediately just sit somebody down because he's made great plays. He's thrown the ball 70 yards downfield for touchdowns. He's done it. The plays are there. He needs to go through some things. I'll never forget there was one time in football practice, as I got older, and I there was a rollout to the left, and I had a running back coming with me. The first time that I ran, um, I was looking to run instead of looking at the quarterback and throwing it on the run. Yeah, I messed up. I could have got more out of that play. I watched what happened and I learned from it. So what I did was the next time we called that play, I rolled to the left, and then the pursuing lineman, I stopped on a dime on him and was able to do a live pass to the running back for a first down. So that being said, I learned from that. So after this game right here, he was going to come up with on film. He was going to learn some things that he did wrong. He's going to learn. He learned his lesson about coming out that game tired. You can't say that. Don't do it. He's learned that you got to get out of bounds in those situations. That's something you learn when you were a kid. But in the NFL, they are faster, and sometimes you do feel the need to be Superman. I get it. Everybody thinks they can do things like Lamar Jackson all the time. You can't. And then he also learned that when the time is running down, you got to throw that ball away quickly or like get an incompletion somehow. But you can't throw the ball in the middle of the field with the time running because you're not going to have enough time to spike the ball and get your last shot. He would have learned from that, and then he's going to go into this next week to be better. No, Anthony Richardson, he got benched. They asked him why. He had the media asked him why. He said, I wasn't told necessarily why. Okay. Some of the wide receivers, they were asked. They said they found out on Twitter, X. They found out on Twitter, social media, that he wasn't starting. Nobody came to them and told them anything. Nobody said anything. They just said we're going with a change, and that's all they said. They didn't explain why, anything like that. Let me give y'all some. Let me give you guys some a graphic here, and excuse me for being lazy. I just had to copy and paste this real quick because that's what I do. Um, but here is first 10 career starts. Anthony Richardson had 7 passing touchdowns to Josh Allen. Again, these are Josh Allen has not been benched. Rushing touchdowns, Richardson had 5, Josh Allen has 6. Turnovers, he has 11, Josh Allen has 13. Passer rating, Anthony Richardson's is higher by 4 points. Completion percentage is lower by 2 points. He's 5-5 as a starter, whereas Josh Allen was 4-6. Also, let's get that out of here. Hold on. Hold on. I had another graphic here that would let me see if I can find it here. Okay, found it. Let me share my screen one more time with you guys. And so here are notable quarterbacks stats through 10 career starts. Highest passer rating, 68.8. So he's passed Donovan McNabb, Carson Palmer, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, their first 10 games. Peyton Manning, 15 for 21. Matthew Stafford, 15 for 21. Eli, 11 for 12. Carson Palmer, 10 for 15. Donovan McNabb, 14 and 14. That's touchdowns versus turnovers with their passer rating. Do they sit Peyton Manning? No. I mean, this is good company to be a part of, right? And that happens because you're given opportunities to learn through your mistakes, your experience. When you're playing an RPG, you have to be in battles to get experience points. When you're playing on NBA 2K or something like that, you have to play games to get experience points. Sitting there watching me, I'm playing, I'm playing Dragon Ball Sparking on Twitch. You can definitely catch me over there playing on Twitch. Unico Williams, UNIQO Williams. I'm on Twitch playing Dragon Ball Sparking. I've been just watching people play it on Twitch, and I've been in training during the practices. But I haven't beaten the story. I haven't gotten to the story mode to practice what I've learned. I haven't gone and fought anybody online because at the end of the day, it's time. We got to go online. It's time to do battle. It's time. It's time to do battle. You can get up to level 20. I may have spent hours this week watching my boy Keon, I'm sorry, watching Keon too. He's on Twitch as well. Follow him. I've been watching him getting all the sauce. Him and Afro Senju as well, getting all the sauce. Use my Amazon Prime membership for it to get better. But my ranking's not going up because I'm not getting experience. I'm not fighting online. I'm not fighting in the story mode. I'm just watching. So how am I truly getting better? Yeah, I understand what this means. I understand what it means to do Z dodges and sway dodge and all that type of stuff. I understand what it means, but I haven't actually done it. So the more I actually do it, I can get my hands accustomed to doing it. But right now, my timing was going to be off. It's going to be off. I have to experience, just like Anthony Richardson needs to do. Let him make his mistakes. Give him a little time, and then go from there. Give him a full off season after a full season of play. Let's see how I can. Are you putting in Joe Flacco? Because you must think that you're going to the Super Bowl if you're putting in Joe Flacco and letting Anthony Richardson not learn. That's your number 4 first round pick. So the Colts must think that they're going to win the Super Bowl because if you're going, he said going forward. So that means unless something happens to Joe Flacco, Anthony Richardson not playing. Anthony Richardson, there's a good chance he's not playing anymore this year. So keep that in mind, man. I just know it's a whole bunch of people. Danny Dimes is on his 71st start. New York Giants, he's on his 71st start. And he got a contract extension. He's kind of ass, man. There's a lot of people. It just seems like there's a shorter leash for some people that was like, man, I really want to go tanning at some point. So anyway, it's just a shorter leash. Somebody turn the lights on. When the lights are on, sometimes you get a longer leash. But man, I just have the need to go tanning. You get a shorter leash. Just throwing it out there.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Don't forget, every Thursday, the full podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and mama, I'm on Spotify. Overall 99 ENT bring you videos from Friday all the way to Friday. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Again, thank you so much.